Hello and welcome to another episode of Project Super Nintendo. My name's John, this is JB Collects, and in this series I'm building up a Super Nintendo complete in box collection. We started with one CEX voucher and I had to sell one of my games, not a big hitter, in order to get the pot going, and then we can build up. So I'm pleased to say 2 games have arrived. I've spent some of the CEX money, and also the cash has started coming in with some sales, and we've bought some stuff. So let's go. So as I said, the last episode I showed you I started with £55 in CEX credit. I did spend £50.90 with postage. I bought 2 games. One was £35, another was £10. Both of them were boxed. Bought them off the CEX. This is my first kind of like CEX roulette. So, got the box down here. So I think we'll start off the video. Let's open this up and see how we got on. Okay, so let's unbox. So let's have a look at this one here. Let's take them both out first. Get rid of the box then. Okay, we'll start with this one. So here we go. Doesn't look too bad. Tell you what, that is not bad at all. 35 quid that was. That box is pretty good. I'll do a close up in a minute, but first of all let's just see, have we got a manual? And are we going to be complete? Yes, we are. So, first one, good effort, definitely happy with that. Super Mario All-Stars, it's kind of like a bit of a staple for the Super Nintendo. But no, I mean, happy with that. Good box. Yeah, so let's have a look at the next one. So this one was a tenner, which, you know, and again, I think this is an essential one for Super Nintendo. For 10 quid, we're not expecting too much, but again, I've got to say, that box is very good. Very good. Almost too good, really. It's only Super Tennis, you know, but there's a little bit of wear on it. But yeah, I am impressed with that. Let's have a look, see if we've got a manual again. Okay, there's a little bit of a tear there, but we're not too worried about that. And we have a manual. So there we go, look, absolutely perfect. Brilliant start to the collection. 2 from 2 on the old first time CEX roulette. I mean, yeah, let's have a little. I think we'll yeah, I mean, we'll have a closer look at these, but I mean, they look great. So the first 2, so that was using the vouchers, Super Mario All-Stars and Super Tennis. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really happy with that. Right, let's take a closer look. So I mean, I've got to say, I mean, I was really impressed with that. I mean, they I hope I haven't set myself a kind of like a high bar now. I'm sure I'm bound to be disappointed. But 2 games, box is really good, both with manuals. We can't ask for any more than that. That is literally 100% strike rate so far. I mean, let's have a look at these in detail. They're not massive, big hitting titles, but I think they're essential. I remember playing this around my mate's house. Super Tennis, absolutely amazing. I've got to say that box, I'm a little bit dubious about this, but I'm not saying... It's hard to tell. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it is hard to tell, but that is very good. I mean, I wouldn't say it is. It can't be or could it be a reprint with a label on it like that? Anyway, there is a little bit of wear there in that top corner. Maybe this is just a very good, really, really good box with the manual. Anyway, we're happy with that. And then the next one, Super Mario All-Stars. Another essential title. Really looking forward to giving these a go again. Mrs. loves these games as well, so this would be cool to go back and play all these again. A little bit of wear on the corner, another little bit of wear on that corner, but we're really not bothered about that. The fact is, both of them are boxed, both of them come with the manual. So I mean, yeah, great start, absolutely great start. So they will get sleeved up. Both of them, manuals get sleeved. Shout out to Retro Protect. Manuals get sleeved, and then box protectors over the top. Make them look nice. They'll go up on the shelf. So that's that part. Kind of like spent now with the CEX credit. There's £4 10p left. Not really a lot we're going to do with that unless we trade some stuff in later on in the series. The other side of it was, obviously I had to sell something in order to get some cash. That's going to be where the most of the money is going to be spent. Is going to be building up that cash pot. So you remember I had the game NASCAR 09 on the Xbox 360. So let's see how I did film. I pre-filmed a little bit earlier in the week because I'm pleased to say that has sold. I then went out, bought a couple more bits, and yeah, so let's show you what I mean. Okay, so it's been a couple of days now since the original listing of NASCAR 09, which we started off this whole challenge with. Since I listed that actually sold a couple of days ago. So we got $10.99 for that. So that money went into the pot, so £11 there or thereabouts. And obviously when I'm at this stage of the game, I can't go out and spend big. I certainly don't want to spend it all on one item. So I tend to go for like the smaller items now, see if we can just build it up a little bit. And one of the places where I like to look in charity shops, which is often overlooked, is books. Now, I will say 90% of the books are just pulp, garbage. You know, you're not going to get anything for them. But then every now and again you come across some decent ones. So I've found a couple here which I've already bought. So these were taken from the sale of the NASCAR one. I bought these couple of little sort of like self-help books for kids, anxiety and anger. They were only 75p each. But I'm going to list both of these up. It's only 5p each. On their own, they're not going to be too much, but we should probably get a tenner for the pair of them. And then another day, a couple of days later, or a day later, actually today it was, but I don't know when I bought. I can't remember when I bought them. I went out and I found this. This was also in the charity shop. I get that light off there. But this was £2, okay? £2, and it's a comic, The Rise of Kylo Ren. And I was really surprised at this, and all I'm doing is kind of picking up the obscure and stuff that I think might be of interest. Believe it or not, completed listings in this country for this range anywhere from £75 to £10, okay? So I'll punt in the middle. We'll see if we can get 30 quid for that, then we're happy. I mean, it was £2. So that'll get us off and running nicely. Okay. And then another one was on the way home from work. Not my town. Sort of another little village down for me. The charity shops in my town are a bit hit and miss, to be honest. But this one in this other town wasn't too bad. I think they had like a they had like a offer, like a discount on the shoes section, and I found these really nice Converse high tops, size, I can't remember what they are, but it doesn't matter, 7.5. These were £3. Okay, so Converse are a good seller. So these would take that out of the pot as well. So that alongside the books, and we obviously spent now £3, £5, £6.50 from the £11. So the good thing with these is I've already listed them and they sold really quickly. So these have already sold. So they sold for £23.99. So we're going to flip back. We'll add all that to the sheet, and then we'll see where we are. Not doing too bad at all for, the first couple of days in. Obviously, it's going to be slow, but this, if we can get off to a good start, these have already sold. If we can flip them books, then we'll be in a good position. So, yeah, really happy with the way it started off. Okay, so here we are inside the sheet. As you can see, the NASCAR sold for $10.99. I'm doing it after fees as well. So take away the eBay fees. That give us £8.89. Then I went out and bought these few bits with. The Converse have already sold, giving us profit. Nice profit, $16.71. So those two added together, and then take away the other books that we bought, gives us a running total now cash balance of £22.10. Okay, so there we go. So really happy with the way it started. Great start the first week in. So that takes me up to 7 now. Obviously I already had 5. I didn't mention on the last one, I did mention, I showed you 4 I think on the last one, but since then I did also mention that I was waiting on Sensible Soccer. That has now arrived. So I've now got 7 complete inbox SNES games. So yeah, let's go. I mean, it'll probably take a bit of time now, but those 2 nice little books, I mean, they could sell hopefully in the next week or so, and that'll get us going again. We'll be off to a flyer. Ideally, I want another sale. I mean, the Converse didn't hang around. Ideally, if I get another sale, then that'll give me a nice bit of cash. Hopefully, I can take to a boot sale this weekend or next weekend, and then get some stock, and then just slowly build that pot up. And then it is like a momentum. It does start. Well, it starts off slow, these kind of pot builders, but then once you get going, things do it's sort of exponential. And then when we get to a decent amount, we'll pull the trigger again. I've got my eye on a couple of titles which I'm after. A couple of you dropped some comments in last week about some ones I should look out for. I'm open to anything. I mean, there's no, I'm not going to go for the massive, the £200 one straight away, if at all. But I mean, I'm interested to see what people think. And some titles, that you think are essential, certainly drop them down below and let me know. So yeah, until the next one, take it easy, and I'll speak to you soon.